Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Now, I have been uploading videos on the topic Introduction to Vedic Astrology. Already 6 videos have been uploaded. Possibly I will have another 6 or 7 more videos on the same topic. At the outset, I thank all of you immensely for the appreciation, for the encouragement and the feedback given to me for these talks. This has emboldened me to make one more broader attempt. I have rich experience in different fields. I have served different companies in India, Hong Kong, and Singapore. And as an independent professional, I have done more than 400 audits in different institutions. All these have given me rich experience, a lot of comical anecdotes and lot of learning type anecdotes to share with the larger public. So I propose to record some more videos and upload in YouTube. The topic will be for this, my experience as a professional. I feel whether there are learning lessons or not, these anecdotes will be very interesting, and they are all real life situations. To that extent, whatever characters I am going to talk about, they are all common people. All of us know in our day-to-day life. With this brief introduction, I start my first anecdote. I was waiting for one of my friends whom I invited to visit my house for the breakfast. At the time the calling bell rang, I scampered to the main door to open the door for my friend to enter the house. But I had the shock of my life. My friend was not there. Instead, Muniyandi was there. I had met Muniyandi only 2 days before in my bank as an officer of the advances department. So when Muniyandi was there, I couldn't contain my surprise and casually inquired him how come he is visiting my place. I waved him in. He informed that he happened to pass by that place. He said he didn't want to disturb me, but then since he was passing to that place, he wanted to respect me. So I requested Muniyandi to take a seat and offered him a cup of coffee. Suddenly Muniyandi took a book from his bag and handed over the book to me as a gift. He told me, "Sir, I couldn't buy any flowers or fruits. Nothing was available nearby, sir. But this book I have been keeping with me for last few days, this good novel. Please take this book from me and read the novel." I didn't expect it. I told Muniyandi, "No, Muniyandi, all my life is spent in the bank only. Whatever little time I have, I utilize for other activities, domestic activities, my prayer and all that. And if at all I have to read some novel, I will be reading more of English novels." The book which Muniyandi gave looked like more of a Tamil Vanan story, about 50 to 100 pages. So Muniyandi was thrusting the book into my palm and I was putting it back into his palm. It looked as though we are playing Nalang, bride and bridegroom in a marriage ceremony in South Indian house. Suddenly, the book fell on the ground. The great fortune was there. So many currency notes were there. All 100 rupee denomination. Now I understood the game, why Munianti had come and why he is giving me a book as a gift. Munianti's face turned very pale, looked like a sinner, person with a guilt. He collected all the currency notes. I just told him, don't worry, all these notes will be useful to you in your business. Please don't give me that. As I was saying these words, my thoughts went back to 2 days before. Munihanti had walked into the bank with a nice dhoti and white shirt and a towel in his shoulders. He had come to the bank with a lot of respect for me, and his body language was such that it was very much appealing. He informed that he had several cattle in his farm and he wanted to increase his business. So he is putting some more money, additional capital for buying some more cattle, and for the deficit he wanted a loan from the bank. I conducted the interview and I was satisfied with the papers and whatever information he shared with me. So I hand over the application to Munihanti to fill up. But then he had expressed that, no sir, I don't know how to write. I can sign on the application, sir, please help me to fill up. So I filled up the application and prepared the process note and recommended to my higher authority. The loan was sanctioned. The loan was quickly disbursed. Normally my habit was to give good service to all the customers, whether they are VIPs or ordinary people. The same principle I followed in the case of Munihanti also. Then I telephoned the insurance company agent, I called him to the bank and he came and covered the insurance also for the asset and he gave the cover note. So all this I completed within a short span of time, and Munihanti profusely thanked me and left the bank. After he had left the bank, one of the senior officers of the bank called me to his place. He cautioned me. He thought that I had committed a crime. He told me, why did you process the application in such a quick time? Normally we should ask the borrower to go back, make him come to the bank 3 or 4 times with different sets of queries, asking for more and more documents. Only when he comes back the 5th time with all the documents, then only that means he is a genuine borrower. I didn't appreciate what he said, but politely told him, no sir, Munihanti is a genuine person. He had already taken a loan from the bank and repaid them as per the schedule. So all these made me consider his application, sir. All this information went through my mind, all these thoughts went through my mind. I requested Munihanti to take back the cash and he had left. Then we used to meet in the evening. Some of my friends were working in other banks also, some in very senior position also. So I told one of my friend that one of the borrower had come to my place and wanted to give me cash hiding in the book. I told him I refused that, and I felt sad that somebody is offering me cash for the service I am doing. My friend narrated a more funny story. He said a similar incident happened to him also, and my friend was very angry. He scolded the borrower, "You are giving me cash? You know who am I? I'm a senior manager. And my bank is one of the big banks in the country. How can you do that? You are giving me this much cash. So he has called the borrower like that. And borrower left the place saying apology, but he returned, it seems, after about 15-20 minutes and gave him more cash. And my friend was startled. Then the borrower replied, "Sir, you only told me, sir, you are a very senior person and your bank is also a very big bank, and I had given a low amount, that's why I brought additional amount." Oh, what a funny situation. This anecdote is always fresh in my mind for the reason that I was having moral courage to return the cash given by him, which I could have pocketed myself. Then one of the senior officers of the bank telling me that the loan should not be considered timely, but the borrower must be made to suffer walking up and down. I decided that time, if at all any loan has been sanctioned on the genuineness of the borrower, we have to do it timely dispersal. There's no point in irritating somebody, asking the person to come to the bank, come up and down, and waste his time and waste my time also. That has been the method of service. Munianti, then what happened? He understood the efficiency of service and the motive behind service. He recommended the bank to all his friends and other business associates. So more and more people came to the bank for similar type of loans, and bank was able to achieve the target for priority sector advance in a short span of time without any difficulty. And all the borrowers were genuine. They understood that loans are given based on need and not on the basis of a bribe. Thank you.